Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where KB Shea's in the hot seat with me today, and we're going to be chatting to Mike de Kock on the line from Dubai. In your call will be a very interesting conversation. He's opened up the carnival already, winning a listed race, the Singspiel Stakes. I think he's won it a few times before. But Kev, will be great chatting to Mike, finding out what's going on.
Yeah, no, that'll be, hi James, yeah, it'll be great. Long time since I've been here, I know the routines, but yeah, it'll be great to talk to him and ask him a few questions that we need to just clear.
Okay, what I want to clear with you, Man United, you boys are taking your chest out of it, eh?
All the shirts and jackets have come out from the back of the cupboard. I think Mourinho has really got a good team together, and if you're a footballer and you watch them, the way they're playing now, they're playing proper football.
Well, he's going to get rid of that lucky Rashford.
Yeah, listen, he's got so many players there. I mean, he had 9 changes for the weekend. They still won 4-0. I know they played a weak side, but there's a lot of guys. There's some great players you're going to have to let go, unfortunately, because we're full up front now.
You must have been pleased to see Liverpool get 0-0.
Liverpool get 0-0 at Bournemouth. I was listening on the radio driving here. The guy says they parked the bus. I don't know if they'll be able to park the bus back home, but I mean, there's going to be big changes. Yeah, these cup games, James, you know, they're not easy. They're difficult. You can get I think there was 3 Premier Leagues on Saturday that went out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we nearly went out.
Yeah.
We were
Arsenal, Spurs found the game, their last 2 games. I mean, giving Chelsea 1 and 2-0 yesterday again. So Spurs have found their form. So Lefts will be happy about that, and the rest of the boys.
And all those Spurs fans.
And all the fans, yeah.
Apparently they got a very nice Uncle Mo horse in training with Laf. You know, Uncle Mo is the hottest sire in the world at the moment.
That's fantastic. So, I hope it does well for them.
Well, absolutely. Let's go and have a look at our 3 to follow.
And they are off in the Travers. Flower Alley is the winner.
His dad, Distorted Humor, he's probably one of his best sons at stud.
I'll have another, wins the Derby.
I'll have another in the Preakness.
Lilacs and Lace, 48-1, upset.
He's just a big, strong, leggy horse.
Well, we're going to be saying goodbye to them as our sponsors, Wilgerbos, Drift and Maritzfontein at the end of the month. So that slot is going to become open if anyone out there is interested. But they've been absolutely fantastic. And we really wish them the very best with Flower Alley and all the other horses that they breed on that farm. It's a fabulous partnership, Mary and Jessica. And we're sorry to see them go. But let's go and have a look at our 3 to follow. We're going to kick off with one of their horses, and it's actually not bred on their farm. We're going to go and have a look at the Vaal on Thursday. First race, juvenile plate. Oh, watch this thing one. Right, Kev, there it is, drawn 2, but the favourite's drawn 1 next door to and looks to have its mark.
Yeah, listen, James, a small little field, but you just have to look at the actions. You look at the horse on the favourite drawn 1, and you look at the horse drawn 2. Just look at the actions. You can see the horse, the Oppenheimer, we're going to call it the Oppenheimer colours because it is. Look at this action. I mean, you know, it's by Canford Hills.
Canford Cliffs, yeah.
Canford Cliffs. And if I remember clearly when I was riding, that was trained by Richard Hannum, senior,
absolutely.
And he was a very serious animal. And I mean, you can see here now, James, the race is sewn up. The horse has got a beautiful action. Gets a little bit of a wake-up call from it was LeGavin, yeah. And the race over. Look at this action, James. Absolutely, just smooth, and he never really gives it a tap there just to keep it going. But I mean, look at the distance from first to second, second to third. If this is any sort of form line, I mean, there's just lengths and lengths between each and every one of them. So I would say a very impressive winner. And you know, Mark de Kock's horses, they aren't tuned up to the hilt first time out.
Yeah, well, this was second time, but the other one was second time as well. But that had got beaten a short head first time out, and the form looked really strong. So we thought we picked this horse up as a horse to follow, but we think that you really should have a close look at this horse. This could be he could be a serious feature racehorse this year. This horse
could be one of those ones that come to Durban to the winter season, and then off they go to Dubai afterwards.
And she's a filly too, so you know there's plenty of pedigree there, and she really will be an asset to the whole operation. The next one we go to is we go and have a look at Greyville on Friday night. Charles Laird. Always stepping out a lot of nice horses, and this is no exception in the Arkansas colours. Let's go and pick it up at the start.
Yeah, James, Andrew Fortune was doing duty on the evening. Anton was down in Cape Town doing the double header for the Queen's Plate, and comes out nicely. Andrew, you know, he places horses very well. One concern I had about this horse, raced very green, he's never ever really travelling well, and he looks like he's on the wrong leg. Andrew gets him in nicely, he's in a lovely position there, but you'll see they're not going quick now, but as they start moving along a bit, Andrew's forever always just niggling and niggling and niggling. So you'll see, it looks like it's on the wrong leg.
Yeah, it is. It's in the yellow colours with the black hoops. There's about 6 on the behind the horse with the bright yellow colours.
It's looking to run off there now.
Yeah, it's got his head turned to one side. It's got the sheepskin noseband on.
Definitely on the wrong leg there now, and you can just see Andrew's always niggling. You actually see him give it a smack down the shoulder just now. He's always just chasing, so you can bet your bottom dollar next time out be a complete different horse. We'll know exactly what the race course is about, what the lights are about. There's Andrew really, he's on its case now. You can actually see he pulls off from behind that horse behind him just to get into the race, because you can see she's not really enjoying it right behind the horse. The track was absolutely beautiful this night. We had rain all evening, and that's what the Polly's about. But Andrew still hasn't been hard on her. He's got her there. He gives her, changes the stick, gives her 1 or 2 in the right hand. She still doesn't know what to do. Go, stop, go left, right, hanging still on the, looks like still on the wrong leg to me. But the good thing on the day goes through to win going away and stays on for third. I thought a very, very enterprising run, James, and you'd find next time you're going to see most probably Anton Marks will be up. Different filly altogether.
Yeah, by Karari as well, out of a very good mare, so there's a lot to like about this one. We then move on to the next one, and that is we go to Kenilworth. Juvenile Plate, second race. They stepped out the juveniles, and Glenn Cotson stepped out the winner, which is a very, very nice winner, but it looked absolutely tuned up to the hilt. Filly called Namibia, which was fantastic for the Drockenstein team in their colours on Queen's Plate Day. They're the great sponsors, and but we picked up the third horse in the Cotson team's colours, Ostinato. Have a look at this one. This is a great run.
Yeah.
Drawn 9, falls out the pens.
5 furlongs, James. Once you do that, now you're chasing.
Yeah, well, now she's in behind it. She's probably third last. He's had her already. Number 12, you can see it quite clearly on the saddle cloth. And she comes from a long way back, this filly.
Yeah, James, you can see the wind's blowing a bit as well that day. Typical Cape Town, but you can see it doesn't know what to do. It's got the whole field in front of it. You can pick it up there. He's trying to get it into the clear just to get it going, but it's by jackpot. You know, 5 furlongs, they're definitely looking there. He's hard at work now.
Right. It's got the yellow sleeves right
big,
in the middle of the
big
picture.
white face, yeah.
White stripe down his face.
Behind the leading bunch now. He gives it a smack in the right, another smack. Now, that's business time. The horses in front, the race is over, but here it comes now. Look at this. Yeah. Lovely action horse. Runs on very, very, very well to run third.
Craig Zaki is riding it. That's by Juddpot, bred by Ndoro Stud. I think that's our mate Ndoro Stud. Yeah, he used to work for one of the big teams there.
Shorthead second, nearly second there. So.
Fantastic run.
Yeah.
Craig Zaki. Glenn Cotson, his team is in form at the moment.
Absolutely. Him and Greg Sheena apparently got the highest jockey trainer strike rate in South Africa at the moment. That is something. And Greg, watching him on Friday and Saturday, he's just riding out. He's riding with so much confidence, and he's leading the championship, the South African championship.
He's an amazing rider, because I think he's a very good horseman. He doesn't seem to hit them hard at all. He just seems to be weak on horse, but they run for him. You know?
The horses definitely run for him, and he puts him in the right positions, which I really think is important. And he's getting very good rides, and he deserves it. And he speaks very well after the races. So it's lovely to listen to him. He gives you good feedback, and you know exactly where you stand. He's actually a gentleman and a pleasure to be in the game.
And he was off for a long time. He had a very bad injury, didn't he? I think that you know, he's suddenly come back with renewed vigor. He's got a young family, and he's decided, boy, I'm going to have a go.
Yeah, he's got no kids, so he's in a safe place. He's got a lovely wife. I've known her, Claire, for many years, and yeah, I think he was nearly off for a year. He broke his foot badly in about 3 or 4 places. You know, there's no circulation down there. It takes forever. But he went to Australia, and he went to the sales, and he travelled, and he took his break, and he done what he had to do, and he came back with force. And well done to Greg. Yeah, he deserves it.
Well, we wish him well. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with Last from the Past.
Gates are open, soft falling rain, pulling clear. Soft falling rains won the SA Nursery by 3.
Racing in the 2000 Guineas.
Gates fly and they're racing in the Godolphin Mile.
They're off and racing.
Weight didn't matter. Class tells, soft falling rain, much too good. Soft falling rain, an impressive Guineas winner. Soft falling rain is drawing clear.
He's made it 7 out of 7 by winning here today.
But it's soft falling rain who is powering away. We'll see out the mile in style. A high-class performer wins the Nay of Joel Stakes.
Racing from that 1,000 metre mark. Triptyque along the inside began quickly, so too did Champery and Gulf Storm. On the outside, we got Harry Lime was showing plenty of early toe. Carry On Alice also up there in the firing line. They've all made a beeline for the outside running rail as they settle fully to stride. Head down towards the 600. Hot up against the outside rail, it's Guinness. Carry On Alice, very pacey as usual, is up there in the firing line. Then comes Champery sitting over towards their inside. Gulf Storm is being followed by Harry Lime. Then comes Fly By Night Teves towards the inside. Next in running, we got Brutal Force. Then comes towards the outside of runners. We got Talk to the Stars into the final 250. It's Carry On Alice being pressed by Champery along the inside. Brutal Force into the clear. He's coming up the outside. It's Carry On Alice. That's the one they got to get to. Teves has taken off on the inside and Brutal Force flying. Gulf Storm between runners. Any one of 4 driving to the wire. Very close. Maybe Gulf Storm between runners. Got his nose down. Flying up on the outside of runners. It was the red cap of Brutal Force. And Carry On Alice was right there between runners.
Well, this is a taste of things to come. What a race that turned out to be. Exciting?
Yeah, very exciting, James. I thought Brutal Force on the outside, I thought he was going to get up because I remember watching it live. And Corne Off and Brett Crawford, they just started their partnership together. And yeah, what do they say? You got your nose down at the right time, and that's what counts.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially at Kenilworth, quite difficult there because you never know, that angle's a bit tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, that sprint race there, I was fortunate to win it twice, both on fillies, Laissez-Faire and Duncan House's filly, and there you snooze, you lose. They go a hell of a pace, and they hang on, they stay on. I mean, both those fillies I won, and both went to the front.
Yeah,
and wind or no wind,
headwind, the headwind.
You just go slice through that headwind, you go. Yeah. It's a great race, a 5 furlong, and it's funny. And you go to the 6 furlong, it's like a 7 furlong. You can slot in behind and give horse a chance. So 2 different races on the same race course, 2 different distances, and you can ride them completely different. Lovely.
Right, we're going to go and have a look at the plum of the week.
Marnie now challenged by Cathedral County in the yellow sleeves and cap. Time to be great, Mr. Rambo. They followed by Amy Sweet in the red cap and Prince of War with Roman Evening down the far side. Cathedral County is the leader. He's got a one-length advantage over Amy Sweet. Then comes Prince of War and Roman Evening, but Cathedral County is too strong and draws away. Second to King of Marnie, then came Amy Sweet, and fourth got close. Mr. Rambo is involved with Prince of War.
Well, this we picked up a couple of weeks ago as one to follow. We said, follow this next time out in a sprint, it will win. And it was back the first time with Yannick Railing on. They kept Yannick Railing on. They got 2-1. It ended up
stealing money.
It ended up on Interbet 8-10 you could get. But it was 2-1 or better on Interbet right at the beginning, because obviously, you know, you get that price. You just get what you're looking for.
Put the right guy on, but maybe the guys aren't listening to your show, James. They need to listen. I don't know. It depends when you get a slot on the show. I don't know. I watched on the computer now, because I just never know. We used to get it in the morning, like.
No, but it doesn't. It's just racing now the whole time.
I know, it's Australian racing there now, so we just.
So you got to watch it on your computer, or I don't know.
Or midnight if you can't sleep.
Well,
and that doesn't count me. I'm sleeping by midnight. That I promise you.
Anyway, that's the plum of the week, and certainly a good plum of the week. We're going to take a break now for some more racing, and we'll be back.
Yes! If you love soccer and you play the tote, you won't believe what Interbet has to offer you, or the excitement of tote betting on your computer or your cell phone. It's simple. Choose your teams and your bets, work out what your combinations will cost, see how big the pool is, and place your bets. You can even track your bet live as it happens and get updates on your progress. It's all the fun of the tote on your phone. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now at www.interbet.co.za and you could be a winner.
Right, the graduate of the week, Johan Janssen van Vuren trained Doosra, is this week's grad of the week. Impressive win over 1,400 metres at Turfentine during the week. He won the Graham Beck 2 starts back. He looks like he's got a big season, judging by this win. And he bred at Fastfontein and racing for the Werners. Doosra has won 3 of his 5 outings and won't stop here. He's a son of Captain L, 900,000 Rand buy from the Val de Vie sale. That's coming up in February. Don't miss that. Let's go and have a look at what we've got in current affairs. And we've got a huge weekend's racing in Cape Town. It was something else, wasn't it? It was just a great weekend's racing.
I must say, James, I watched Friday and Saturday. I think it's a great initiative to racing when they start this carnival.
Innovation, unbelievable. It works.
Well, overseas they do it all the time. You know, you get Glorious Goodwood, and you get those meetings at Newmarket and
Ascot. Always big.
I mean, Jono Smith. Who else better? He's put the Queen's Plate into a division of its own. Yeah. Now this is only his first 2-day event, and I really think it's in the right hands. I can see this going from strength to strength, and what racing there was. The coverage was fantastic, I must be honest. We saw a bit of everything. The interviews were great. We saw a bit of fashion. We saw the racing. We saw also at the gates. We saw them going under the start. We saw everything. It was
the dedicated channel on Queen's Plate Day was just phenomenal.
That is what you want to watch. You don't want to just shoot
over
to
Leopardstown.
And there's dirt.
But we the purists, okay? Yeah. Teletrack will tell you, or the powers that be will tell you, they need to have betting churns. So that's why
I agree with them. That's fantastic. They've got to do the betting, but just to watch that, you just focused on that kind. And you saw celebrities getting interviewed beforehand, breeders. No, it was fantastic. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and great racing. That was most important.
Michael Holding getting taller and Neil Andrews getting shorter.
Yeah, yes. Michael Holding.
Okay, we're going to go and see some racing. Let's go and have a look at what we've got as far as the racing is concerned. I think we start on Friday. We start on Friday with Cartier's coming as new sponsors, the Scepter Stakes. This was a very important race for a number of reasons. Carry On Alice was stepping out. She looked like a good thing. But The new big buyers in South Africa turned up at the sales 18 months ago or 2 years ago, and bought a top filly with Mike Bass and a top colt with Mike Bass. Well, let's see what happens. This is the top filly winning a real test as a 3-year-old. Let's go and have a look at it.
Champeret's also tucked away as they come down towards the 600. Carry On Alice, meantime, has come forward to join Victoria Laval in front. They've got away a length or two. Real Princess is tracking just in behind those. The Merry Widows inside of that. Down towards the inside, Acacia Wood and Our Destiny races in behind runners. Meantime, it's Carry On Alice who hits the front as they come inside the final 350. She's the one they got to get to. Victoria Laval is trying hard. Champeret is kicking on from the back of the field and running it. Carry On Alice in the closing stages. Carry On Alice, though, is showing her class. She's hanging tough in front. Live Life has taken off along the inside. Carry On Alice can find no more. And Live Life comes charging through to win it from Carry On Alice. Beach Goddess was further back in running, and they were then followed by Champeret.
Well, there you are, Live Life by Trippy out of a National Assembly mare called Viva. She had to be fast. She was a beautiful yearling at the Cape Thoroughbred sales, January sale, and the Basses picked her out as the best filly on the sale. Well, she might easily be the very best filly on the sale. Well done to Pippa Mickelbra, Aventure, they bred her, and obviously to Candice and her team, brilliant effort.
Absolutely, James. I've got to give full credit to Grant van Niekerk there. If he was meant to be there or not, he just got in behind in the headwind. The talk of the town was that Carry On Alice is not going to see that because of the headwind.
Yeah.
And Simanga was in front at about the 600 metre mark, and Grant was tucked in away. And that's how you ride in Cape Town in the headwind if you've got the horse underneath you. And he just found his little gap and won going away. So very, very well done to them. They deserve it.
Okay, we'll go on because we go on to the Saturday, which was Queen's Plate Day, and we started off with race 4, which was the Peninsula Handicap. Now, this is normally a Met pointer, and there are a whole lot of 4-year-olds that ended up in this race that looked like they might just be on the fringes of real stardom. The winner, owned by the Whiskey Barons themselves, was Whiskey Baron. He's a Manhattan Rain gelding, a lovely horse, a beautiful, beautiful horse. Let's go and pick him up at the 600.
Further back in running, they've been followed by Spirit of Hamilton. They race halfway round their turn, 800 metres left to go, and it's Milton who still has a big lead. He's clear by 3.5 lengths to Macduff, who's racing up in second. Star Chestnut back of the rail races third, and Crambambuli creeps a little closer. They being followed by It's My Turn, who corners up on the outside, and Whiskey Barons inside of that, followed then by Icy Trail. Mambo Mime races further back, followed then by Spirit of Hamilton. Nebula's back 8-9 lengths off them with Winter Prince. They come to the final 400. Milton still gallops in front. He's clear by 3 or 4 lengths. Crambambuli, Macduff is trying hard behind that. Whiskey Baron is setting out after them too. He has 3 to make up as Milton starts to stagger. Macduff and Whiskey Baron are coming home hard. Icy Trail is up towards the outside. Milton is hanging tough, but Whiskey Baron is now unwinding in the centre, and Whiskey Baron comes to the front when it mattered, and he draws away. Whiskey Baron goes on to win it. Milton stayed on for second. It's My Turn flashed home for third. Crambambuli, It Is Written, was in behind those. Macduff never went through with his effort. Then it's Star Chestnut.
Well, there you are, Greg Sheen. We chatted about him earlier. Rode a cracker on this horse. Just produced at the right time. And he won going away, this horse.
Yeah, he won really, really well. I thought Greg gave it a real patient ride. He just waited, pulled it out, race over. Won well. One to follow for the big races, as you mentioned off air. On paper, didn't look like he could win.
Yeah, Brett Crawford and Greg Sheen in the winner's box. And that was the start of a wonderful day. We then move on to the next one, and that was the Politician Stakes. Now, remember, this is the 3-year-old, so you get an idea here of how good the 3-year-olds are. Horizon, owned by the same team that won the Cartier Scepter Stakes. That was the colt they bought at the sale. Ended up being hot favourite. I thought he was terribly unlucky not to get the race last time in the boardroom. The horse ran all over the top of him, and I think that horse will never beat him ever again.
Yeah, that was
50 cent. But let's go and have a look and see what happened.
They're about 6 lengths off the lead. The Slade is still trapped deep on the outside of runners. Ollivander races in behind that. Sunset Eyes is back along the inside, and Coyote is still the trailer. They're about to spin in the stretch now. They have just over 600 metres left to go, and Carbon Offset brought the field for home. He's drifted to the centre of the course, ran a little wide off that turn. Strathton slipped through along the inside, and up the outside, the Great One in the yellow cap is coming forward to challenge. In behind them, King of the Rally is starting to make a little progress, and Horizon between runners is now coming home very smartly, and Horizon shown daylight has come forward to pick it up. Ollivander along the inside is going out after him. Carbon Offset is deeper out in the track, and the Great One wider out. It's Horizon who's just in front as they come to the final 150. Up the outside, the Great One is trying to make a race of it. Newland's coming on late, but Horizon is out in front. He shows his class, and Horizon goes on to win it. Newland's up for second. They were then followed by Ollivander third, got tight for fourth. Along the outside, the Great One. In behind them, the Slade Carbon Offset. Further back.
Well, they've spoken about his pedigree by dynasty out of a sister to Silvana. You just don't get better breeding than that. They paid the money. They wanted him.
$5.5 million. He was the big talk, and the filly was the big talk that sale, as you mentioned off air. But well done to them. I think he's a serious horse. I think he's got to be odds on for the Derby. Not odds on, but the second horse ran a very good race. I'd like to see that over a little bit further as well. Joey Rams and Anton Marcus. They had a good weekend. So well done to them. It was great racing, James.
Yeah, it just shows you. But at the end of the day, you know, Mike Bass. He's got a big say in picking these horses, and you just look back and see the champions that he's picked. He's been given some money to pick them. He picks the best horses on the sale, and well done to him. And we hope he goes on this horse and produces the goods, because
I'd like to see if those owners can stay in the game, James, because they're big guys. The guy spent 5.5, 6, 7, 8 million.
7.7 million.
7.7 million on two horses. Everybody thought he was crackers, but look at the two horses.
He said it cost nothing compared to a buffalo.
Yeah, well, that's the buffalo's head. He paid for that. So, yeah. So,
well, let's move on and we go and have a look at the Paddock Stakes. It's always a very good pointer to the best filly racing in South Africa. The Main Chance Paddock Stakes, they're the sponsors, and the best horse in the race won it. And the best 3-year-old in the race ran second. So it turned out to be a cracking good race, but you've got to take your hat off to Anton Marcus. Have a look at this from the start. Look at the ride he gave this horse.
Ready to go, all clear, racing from that 1800-meter mark, and Tahini dropped back shortly after the break. Sale began quickly and immediately sets off to show the way from Final Judgment, who's moved up to go and race in second. Good Time Gal is on the move, and so too Icy Fire, who's also pushing forward on the outside. Safe Harbour is sitting on the inside, running well, a length and a half in front of Silver Mountain in the yellow, and she's giving the leader about 8 lengths start. Star Express slips through on her inside. A length and a half behind that, we find Bella Bella, who's sitting on the outside of Tahini. 2 lengths further back comes Chevauchet with Nightingale on her outside. And Who's That Girl is racing at the end of the line. They stretched out 20 lengths first to last with 1,000 metres left to go. It's Sail, the one in front, and Good Time Girl is at a girth in second. Half back on the inside, it's Final Judgment. A length and a half to Icy Fire, who's racing a length and a half in front of Safe Harbour. She's giving the leader about 5 lengths start. Then comes Silver Mountain on the outside of Star Express. A length and a half to Bella Bellows, creeping closer. Tahini sits on the inside, running well. Then comes Nightingale, Chevauchet, and Who's That Girl going to whip them in as they straighten up in the Main Chance Farms Paddock Stakes. 600 metres left to go. Sale brings the field for home from Good Time Girl on the outside. Final Judgment on their inside, and further back we got Safe Harbour. Silver Mountain is being produced up the outside. Bella Bella's a length and a half behind her. Next in running we got Icy Fire. Then comes Star Express with 300 metres left to go. Down the inside, Sail. Bella Bella has been hooked to the stand side, and Silver Mountain starts to lift. Good Time Girl and Safe Harbour also get going. They fanned across the track. Silver Mountain with a head in front. Down the inside at Safe Harbour. Bella Bella up the outside. Any one of three. Safe Harbour with a head in front. Bella Bella lunging up the outside. Very close. Maybe Bella Bella on the line over Safe Harbour. Then came Silver Mountain in third.
Well, Fast Fontaine, congratulations to Sue Kelmanson, Jono, and the whole team. A magnificent job buying this filly, because studs, to make themselves great, have got to buy good blood. And they went out to the National Yearling Sales, bought it from Cheveley. Cheveley bred it. So, you know, Cheveley bred it. They've got the mares, but this has got a fantastic pedigree, this filly, and she's very good.
Yeah, she's good, James. as we spoke, full credit to Anton Marcus. Filly never looked ever like she was going to win. Yeah. Got shuffled back, nearly turned for him second last. I mean, as a jockey, or Anton must have been thinking halfway down the straight, oh, I'm in trouble here. Pulled it right out for a clear run. Anton, different class.
And just kept going.
And just put his head down.
Just kept it balanced and kept fighting, and she kept finding.
Found the 3-year-old that was just wanting at the death. Yeah. Being a 4-year-old, she is. Bella won. Well done to her. I think she's, well, she is a good filly, but now her pedigree now, she's going to be, if she goes to some decent stallions, you never know what could get.
Yeah.
What could
well, it was just desserts for the Snaiths that put a tremendous amount into Queen's Plate.
Ah, no, absolutely.
Queen's Plate, they're wonderful for them to have a group.
No, absolutely. Justin and Jono and Mr. Snaith and Sue and everybody.
Mr. Snake.
Old man Snaith.
Old man Snake. Right. Let's go and have a look at the Lawrence Queen's Plate. Sean Terry, well, he just got beaten in the Group 1 before, but he got his reward here. And my goodness, what a job he's done with this horse, Legal Eagle. He's put him in the right places, and he ended up showing his authority over a mile. Who knows what might happen in the Met, but this was a very, very good pointer.
Gates Fly racing to a perfect beginning in the Lombard Queen's Plate. 50 cents the first one to break the line. Pushing forward on the outside, we got Midnight Zone and also Captain America, who's on the move to go and set up handy. Legal Eagle sits on the inside running rail, and he's giving the lead a 2-length start. A length and a half, we find Abashiri, who's racing a half a length in front of Silicon Valley. Then comes the 3-year-old Bold Rex in the white and red colours. He's giving the lead a 10-length start. Next in running, it's the Conglomerate, being followed by French Navy. Marinaresco is content to sit back, one from last, and Sail South is racing at the end of the line, and a good 16 lengths first to last through the middle of the bend with 800 metres left to go. Midnight Zone leads the way a length and a half. Racing in second, we got Captain America. Beautifully placed on the inside running rail, it's Legal Eagle. Then comes 50 cents, Abashiri, Silicon Valley. Next, it's Bold Rex, being followed by French Navy, the Conglomerate. Marinaresco corners back, one from last, and Sail South whips them in as they flatten for the run to the judge in the Lombard Queen's Plate. Midnight Zone at the 450 leads the way. Captain America draws up alongside of him. Into the clear we got Legal Eagle. He's starting his run, and he's starting to cut back the deficit with each and every stride. Next it's Silicon Valley, 50 cents. Marinaresco still 5 off the leader with 300 metres left to go, and Legal Eagle has hit the front in the Lombard Queen's Plate. He's kicked for home, and he's put 2, 3, 4 lengths between himself and the rest. The Eagle's landed. Legal Eagle wins the Lombard Queen's Plate from Captain America, Sail South and Marinaresco.
Well, a Son of Gray's Inn showed that he's imperious over a mile, and certainly he's won a Derby, so he's got to be a very, very serious racehorse.
No, he's a great horse. Full credit to Sean, as you say. He's kept this horse ticking like
Red
that.
by Pippa Mickleborough, but I think that Paul de Karma had a lot to do with it. So, you know, you've got to give credit to him. There must be something there, but because the pages say that Paul was involved. So
that's good,
and,
yeah.
You know, well done to them.
Had a pacemaker, drawn 3, Marinaresco drawn 10 or 11. The race was sewn up. You could see a perfect ride from Anton Marcus. Everything there, and well done to their team.
What about
the best horse won.
What about the Met? Is he a good thing for the Met?
Well, everybody says that I want to see the weights for the Met. The Met, it's not a handicap anymore. It's a conditions. So they say there's like 2 kilos in it again. I can't see it. Marinaresco he should be getting. I know he's got a high rating, but I mean he should be getting weight from the source. But they seem to be clashing level weights, and Marinaresco's right on top of him. He gets a couple of pounds. He's got to be a runner. But I think there's some 3-year-olds that also could be in the Met. It's going to be a good Met this year. It's going to be the Sun Met now, not the JNB. The Sun Met.
The Sun Met.
What's it? 5 bar.
Yeah, all our Sun International boys, Robbie Dalton and them, going to be looking after us. So we're going to have some fun down there.
It'll be fun.
And no doubt about it. We're looking forward to it. We're going to be doing some work there. Chairman's Cup, Grade 3, finished off the meeting, and we picked him up at the 600-metre mark. This is the best improving stayer in South Africa, and he won like he's going to go even further than this.
And Banner Hill is now dropped to race to the tail of the field through the middle of the bend. 800 metres left to go. No change in the order. It's My Will from Gothic. Smart Mod creeps closer. Video creeps closer. Royal Badge on the inside rail. Gold Train, Roman Descent is being followed behind that by Arezzo. And Banner Hill is cornering at the end of the line as they straighten up with 550 metres left to go. My Will being tackled by Gothic on the inside. Smart Mod is racing up the middle. Next it's Arezzo. Royal Badge. Deeper out we got a Video. Outside of that one, Roman Descent, and deepest of all we got Banner Hill with just on 200 metres left to go. My Will, then Gothic are the two in front. They the ones they got to get to. Video is on the chase. Banner Hill up the outside is also starting to lift into the closing stages. Down the inside, My World. Banner Hill up the outside. Video between runners. My World. Banner Hill up the outside. Video. Banner Hill forging to the front close home. Banner Hill on the line from Video. Then came My World, Gold Train and Arezzo.
Well, few horses come from last to win 2 mile races, but this horse did that.
Yeah, Glenn Cotson again, a serious horse, James. I really think that he'll be lining up for the Gold Cup. He'll be down here for, hopefully, for our winter season. Some nice staying races here for them. Well done to the team. Richard Free riding very well. Glenn Cotson, top class form.
Yeah.
Got some nice horses in his hands now. So good luck to them.
Yeah,
those colours, they win races.
Yeah, Hugo Hutting,
yeah.
Well, Devasha and Watson are partners. Well done to them. You know, they've paid 450 grand for this horse, bred by Main Chance. So Main Chance again breed another really.
Yeah, listen,
he's by a Northern Hemisphere side. I think he's by a horse called Tiger Hill. So you know, he's just got a lot to like about him, and the way he won that, I think he's going places.
100%. So well done to their whole team.
And as a final parting word, well done to L'Amrance for an absolutely wonderful Queen's Plate. We really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a racing man's delight, and we hope you did too. We're going to be chatting to Mike de Kock now.
Gabriel.
And Mike, wonderful having you back with us again. Have you been enjoying your month away from, you know, in South Africa?
It's been very good, James. Yes, no complaints. Weather's been good, staying out of the rain. No complaints at all.
Excellent. Well, wonderful start to the meeting. I've got KB Shea with me. He's very, very upset with you because we saw on the websites and that you said that you had your whole family back with you, and you know you're so happy. And he said that he's actually the main part of the family because he's your first son.
Well, KB Shea's always welcome. Always welcome.
We'll be there this season.
He's always got a place to put his head down.
Well, it's lucky for him. He was very aggravated that Gerardus got a call and not him, you know, because. But I suppose
it's not that I even called Gerardus. He just arrives. That's the problem. He's an uninvited guest
with his family in tow. Anyway, let's get down to business. A wonderful start to the carnival because the Singspiel. I think you've won it a couple of times before, haven't you?
I think so, James, yes. I mean, I can't remember the names of the horses off the top of my head.
Yeah, well, Light the Lights certainly showed that he was a very good ambassador for South Africa. And we're just going to show the race. And then you can talk about it afterwards. So let's just pick it up going through the 800-meter mark. We've got Christoph sitting about three-quarters of the way back. He won a good race.
He did, because he's quite a gassy horse, quite towy, and there was no gallop early on. The horse that went to the front, I think Colin McDonagh rode a very good race. He did well to get to. He gets a bit of a lead off St. Showers when he could relax. He gets away from the fence, which was a good ride.
He looks like he's got a lot more to come, this horse. I wouldn't have thought that he could be fully wound up knowing you and the way you train them, but he won a really gutsy race.
Yes, I would expect him to. He was working very, very well. I was actually pleasantly surprised with the horse, the way he was going at home. He was actually showing quite a bit. And I would think there's still improvement to come. I mean, he hasn't run since the Met last year. Not for any reason but the fact that he's been travelling. So, good rest, and he shows quite a bit, this horse. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, because on his South African form, it was obviously a nice horse, and he got quite a big penalty for a place in the Met. But so he ran up to that. In fact, I think he runs higher than his mark. So it's quite a pleasant surprise. There's a horse I thought was going to be okay, but it looks like he can win you again.
Mark, do you think would you be aiming him at like the Jabal Hatter into the duty free, or would you like try and squeeze another run in before that?
I'm going to go on the end of January is the Al Rushdie here, the Group 2 over 1,800 metres, same trip.
Yeah.
If he goes well there, then we've got to look at the Jabal Hatter, yeah, for sure.
No, that's fantastic. He looks like he's...
I'm not so sure he's a duty-free horse, but he's a nice horse. He's certainly up to Group 2 level, yeah.
Yeah. And Mark, your string this year, would you compare it with like years before? I don't know, I looked at your horses' names and I thought this year you got a very powerful string.
I've got a nice string, the whole thing is the South African horse unfortunately only got into my stable on Christmas Eve. So, those are the ones that travelled out of South Africa. Being Fursa, which I think is actually quite a good filly. She showed that last year. She got beaten in the Group 1 6-furlong race, and she's a filly that's looking for a mile or more. Dakik, Suyuf, Muvari, they only arrived late. Whereas Noah from Goa, who's hopefully going to be one of our flag bearers this year, Light the Lights, they arrived here in October. They were in England sort of from July, July, August, September, cantering there. That makes a massive difference. Megnas is the other young horse that came early with them. And he's a horse that I'm expecting a bit as well. He's an Asiatic boy that won in the all-weather at Greyville, and he flies around the dirt here, so I'm hoping, sort of bigger things for him. Otherwise, a lot of the same old, Kev, that's sort of...
Anaerobia and company.
Anaerobias and all that lot. I mean, they've been around forever.
He's older than me, Anaerobia. But Mark, just looking at the racing, how it goes, it looks like it's getting tougher and tougher every year. I mean, these horses come from out of the boys in blue, and then they bring these things from England, and it looks like it's getting tougher and tougher.
Well, you look at Godolphin, for instance. I mean, they're spending tens of millions of dollars every year just specifically for the carnival.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get close to that. I mean, we wouldn't have 2% of their budget.
Yeah.
So they're very hard to compete with, and we get a smaller amount of horses, more, and possibly we've got to be very selective. But I mean, from all over the world, really, horses are coming. I mean, for this kind of money, it's hard to ignore.
No, 100%, yeah.
And there's and the locals, not only
Doug Watson,
Godolphin, but other local owners. Doug Watson's getting local blokes in. You're getting Satish Seamar's been on a shopping spree to America. There's people are spending money on the carnival now. If you think of it, UAE racing, our maiden plate here now is 150,000 dirhams. That's roughly 600,000 rand for a maiden plate.
Yeah,
it's not. You can't ignore it.
100%.
Mike, just talking about spending money overseas, I see that you've got a couple of new ones, two from Argentina. I thought the one ran a cracking good race, Lindo Amor, and Salatin Dubai seemed to run a good race. They look like they might be quite nice horses.
Yeah, look, Linda Moore ran a cracker. He's a very, very tough horse and a very brave horse to get behind in the kickback and still run on. And he was also about 80%. You know, I would expect him to improve a lot with that run. Linda Moore is not a horse I'm convinced is a dirt horse. I know he was a dirt horse in Argentina, but if you look at the Argentinian dirt, as you know, James, they roll it.
Yeah.
Very little kickback, and it probably rides like an all-weather, which almost like grass. So, I mean, I'm expecting him to make the transition to grass. And then I got a filly called Tahani, runs this week in a handicap, but she's out for the Cape Verde and the Balanchine. She looks a very smart filly. What I'm seeing at home, I'm very impressed. She's a Stormy Atlantic filly. So, you know, look, I mean, Argentina is another place we've had to look at and shop at to try and find dirt horses. And as Kevin will tell you, this dirt here is, you've got to have a very brave.
No, I tell you, I've been watching Mark. It
looks a lot of gate speed.
Yeah, I've seen these horses sit at the back and they come back. Oh, they look.
No,
you can put a horse.
If you look at all the winners at Maidan now, very few of them have got kickback on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
95% of the horses that win will come back with no sand on them.
100% in the clear.
Absolutely covered in sand. I mean, to be honest with you, I've never seen anything like it.
No, it is. Unfortunately, what can we do?
Mike, obviously the big question is Mubtahish. How's he going? What's the story there with him?
James, he's obviously spent the time in America. He had 2 good runs. One, his last start, little ordinary. I mean, he came back. You know, his condition was pretty good, but he wasn't moving as well as he could. So you know, we've had to sort of just back off him a little bit and get him going again. I mean, fitness-wise, he's not far off, but I'd like to have seen him moving a little better. So he's slowly but surely getting there, but he's not a horse I'm going to run early. I think at best his first start will be the middle of February in a fire break, but I would see more likely on Super Saturday.
And okay, so we're well into the carnival now. What do we got going up this week? Is there anything interesting or exciting that you got this week?
This week, I'm running a filly called Tahani that I've told you about. She's running in a handicap. I would expect her to run very well there. And then I'm running Sand Showers is teeing it up for about the 50th time. And you'll be joined by Whistle Stop.
Yeah.
But you know, these horses go round and round and they earn you a few dollars.
Breadwinners, Mark.
Pardon?
Breadwinners.
That's it, for sure.
Well, you know,
brunch money. So get out there and earn it.
I see you.
And I've got a couple of maidens, Fowry and Mazid. And on the weekend, there's Saturday racing here as well. There's a couple running as well. A couple of lively charms. I would think the best of my weekend would be Tanaf and the maidens. I mean, not Tanaf, Tahani and the maidens.
Well, what's interesting is that you've got to have these horses, because I see that Cosgrave paid a big fine to get back to get and park his caravan outside your stables. So it's obviously very lucrative for him.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he was desperate to get back here, and he's, you know, obviously come to an arrangement and sorted out his problems here. And I mean, he's also getting a lot of outside darts now, Patsy. I think he could be getting a couple from Godolphin as well, and other local Sheikh owners, and obviously the European contingent. He had a good year in England, so he's become very popular, Patsy.
Mike, since he's become a good jockey, has he got any better at golf? Because he used to cry like anything on the golf course.
Yeah, I had him and Fallon on the golf course yesterday. Unfortunately, I lost my money to Fallon, which is
that's a
rare occurrence, because he's normally been a banker bet. But he informs me as well that he's writing a book, so that will be that should be an interesting reading. I would say when that book hits the shelves, as long as it gives all the juice, it'll be well worth it.
Well, that's the point. Will it be the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Because if it is, that will be a multi-million bestseller.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. I think our boy KB Shea should put one out one day.
I need a ghostwriter. Mark, one more question I need to ask you. Is there anything that's going to help us with getting our horses? Anything new on the protocols of getting our horses overseas, or is it still in its same position going backwards?
Kevin, you know, to be honest with you, I mean, I
know how much time and effort you've put in here.
To it and all that, but I'm not majorly optimistic. I know there's others that may be. But the more I deal with people abroad, I thought we were making headway in Dubai, you know, and you come here and you speak to people and you're actually just going backwards. To be honest, I don't see much on the horizon. Maybe America is a solution in the next year or two that we should work hard at. But I think we're up. But I mean, you know, Chris Fanikos runs, you know, an initiative trying to get it. And I mean, everyone's working damn hard at it. But you know, sometimes we just seem to be going up against
bigger force.
Doors, you know. I mean. You know, there's a lot of people working hard in South Africa. Ian Senna and Bev Parker. You know, they're doing their best, but it's you know, even from our side, from the government side, it's also even hard for them to get them to see the light. You know, and I mean the benefits are there in terms of job creation and revenue streaming into the country, but you know, sometimes it's difficult to give people, when you're dealing government to government anyway, to have the same sort of enthusiasm that we have, you know.
Yeah, it's such a pity because we just had the Queen's Plate Carnival and we've seen some horses there that would really be, I think, would be quite competitive overseas.
No doubt. Plus, you'd like to see a foreign horse come and compete with us.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because we love to proclaim we've got world champions in South Africa, but they've got to be competitive on the world stage, or the world stage has got to come and be, you know, competitive on your stage as well.
100%.
And that's the biggest problem with the ratings in South Africa, that we're all sort of rating amongst ourselves, you know what I mean? We're not getting international
ratings, yeah.
We can rate our horses up against others like they do in Europe and Australia and America.
Do the ratings still come down, Mark, when you go to Dubai with the South African ratings? I think, didn't they knock them down a bit?
No, they actually pick them up. They sort of tend to think that some of them are underrated. But, you know, a lot have raised in their ratings.
Yeah.
I mean, take like a horse like Lark Lights on the weekend, you know, he runs actually to a bigger rating. But a lot are too high when they come here as well, you know. So
100%, yeah. It's
a much of a muchness. You know, it's some deal with the circumstances. Some don't travel, some do travel. That's got a lot to do with it as well.
100%, yeah.
Mike, but just as a finishing point, you would have been pleased. You wouldn't have watched the television coverage, but we watched it here from Dubai on Thursday night, and it was the first time I've ever seen the commentators after Light the Lights won emphasizing what a problem it is for South African horses to get there and what a wonderful feat it was, which was very heartening to hear them. You know, they've never ever really emphasized it. It was the first time ever.
Yeah, it's you know, James, I mean, you know, they always sort of tend to sort of sing the praises of their own country's horses. But if you think of it year in, year out, South African bred horses fly the flag in Dubai all the time, despite the journey and the trials and tribulations in getting here.
Yeah.
I mean, sooner or later, you as an onlooker or a commentator in this English show go and say, there must be something to it. I mean, you know, what is it? I mean, this must be a breed that we should be looking at. Maybe we should be participating in, you know, in purchasing horses and racing in South Africa with the view of maybe it works out well and come here. But, you know, the one thing that holds everybody back is the quarantine. At the end of the day, what's the point of a Northern Hemisphere owner buying a horse in South Africa, bar the fact that maybe he goes to Cape Town for a couple of months a year and, you know, enjoys racing from a long distance?
Yeah, a truer word is not said, Mark.
If they could if the horses could, after the Queen's Plate, have gone into quarantine and be here for the carnival to race in the GP3 or something like that, I mean, what a change. How will that affect our game? It'll turn the game upside down. In fact, it'll bring, in my opinion, billions of rands into racing.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be an absolute priority of our government to make sure that this happens. But I mean, to get them to see it as we see it is the difficulty we're having, you know.
Yeah, Mark, I understand exactly where you come from.
It's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating because this can do so much for South African racing industry if we could put your horse on a plane, get off the plane and race here 5 days later.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be
a game changer. That would be a game changer.
Well, Mike, All I can say is congratulations to you again. Great start to this to the carnival, and you know, we're so excited about the carnival, and we're very, very grateful to you for taking your time off. I know you're ready to go and take some Pikey's money, but taking your time off to come and chat to us on air here. And I think that the whole of South Africa who watches Winning Ways love to hear what you've got to say. And thank you so much again.
No, pleasure, James, and we do really appreciate the sport, and you know, very aware of it, and hopefully we can just keep the flag flying, and you know, bang away at changing the minds and the perspectives of our trading partners.
Well, we've no doubt it could not be in better hands, and all the best for the week, and hopefully we get a chance to chat to you next week. But thank you and enjoy the week, Mike.
All right, James. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see you soon.
Cheers, Kobe.
Yeah.
Right, Mike Shea.
Mike Shea.
Mike the Cock on the phone from Kevin Shea's old boss, Mike the Cock on the phone from Dubai, and my goodness, it's interesting chatting to him. He is so informative about what he's got, where he is. I honestly can say in my life I've never met a person like this. He's just one of those guys. You must have had some fun over there with him, because he's always he's on the edge. He knows what's going on.
Listen, James, yeah, we used to live together. I mean, Mark will have his local phone, he'll have his international phone, well, his South African phone, and those phones go and go and go, and his memory. There's one thing I'll tell you about Mark de Kock. Don't try and lie to him.
No, he doesn't forget.
He doesn't forget anything. Yeah. Even if it's 4 years down the line, you'll say, "What? You told me that you stayed at my place when you. Where were you? You went to work, and you never went to work." So don't ever lie to him. But he is, like you say, so informative. He knows all the protocols. He knows the rules. He knows the breedings. He's got people in Ireland looking at horses. He's got John McVeigh behind him. He's got horses in South Africa. He's got Mackie de Kock to report to. He's got Naty to talk to. He's got breeders. He's got. I mean, it's.
Don't leave out John Butler.
John Butler in Joburg. He's running the show in Joburg.
He's running it here now.
He's running it here now, while Naty was in Cape Town. Yeah, so he's got horses Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, Dubai.
Let me tell you, it's an unbelievable operation.
I've seen it. I've watched it, and I go to sleep just listening to him with a headache.
Yeah.
He's got to go and put it all together. Plus, it's the money side of it. You've got to buy this, buy that, do this, do that, sort grooms out. Yeah, grooms there. Trevor Brown in Dubai. I know it's a very well-oiled operation.
Yeah, but at the end of it, at the top of it, you've got him and Diane running the babies and getting everything ready, the start of the whole program going here. And then Matthew, you know, running the Joburg. It just is, it's a proper family operation.
Yeah, it's a big family. It's nice to have your family in too, because you can trust him, James. It's not, you don't trust all the others, but it is somebody.
I would like to say Equine have a lot to do with success too. You know,
Equine
you have
run the
McVeigh, you have Equine, you have John Malherbe, you know, and then all the other parts of this incredible machine that is actually promoting South African racing. Because at the end of the day, what are they doing? They're winning for themselves,
100%.
But they're promoting our product day in and day out. And they promote it on Maidan Racing, which is shown all over the world, which is phenomenal.
It's unbelievable. You've got Mary Slack with the place, the quarantine station, the house. I mean, we know what they've got in England. Stephen Gell runs that section, so the horses eventually get from Mauritius. Declan Cronin's got them in Mauritius for 3 months. Then they move to England. You must know the transport just to get them from the quarantine just to the airport in Mauritius. That's a nightmare in a car, never mind in a truck. And it's from there to Europe, to the farm, Mary Slack Farm, where Stephen Gell then takes over, and then it's from there. It's to you don't. If people only knew what goes through. Can't we put them on the aeroplane, land them like Mark says, straight off the Queen's Plate. Now you can be ready for the duty free in 2.5 months' time.
Yeah, take it there, fly
$5 million. I'll tell you what, Legal Eagle you could chalk his name in.
Yeah.
So
Kev, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure, James.
Been, great having you on the show.
Hope Laff has a
yeah,
good
we
sale.
Just so that a couple of things happened that we need to talk about. Laff's Harry's son, he lost Harry's son, and we're really sad about that. And from the whole of South Africa, you know, our real condolences to them. You know, because
to the whole team. He was a champion, and he deserved a
And I was looking forward to breeding to him. I just thought he'd make it as Australian as horse.
I think so, yeah.
Fantastic. So good news from South Africa. Talina won overseas in Germany, absolutely dodled it.
15 lengths, yeah. It looked like it was a dirt track, or was it all-weather track?
All-weather, yeah.
All-weather.
Yeah,
just shows you, that's what he might have been looking for, because he always was a good horse, but he just also let them down every now and again.
Yeah, and if you go to TDN, have a look at a guy called Ramiro Restefo. He came from America. He talked about the Queen's Plate and the Queen's Plate meeting on TDN. We're going to go and have a look at our Magic Millions winners from the week. Street Fly, Lunging Leopard, those are the two winners from Magic Millions, just to give you a little bit of information on them. Street Fly won at the Vaal, and Lunging Leopard won at Fairview. So nice to have a couple of Australian winners. Laughs in Australia at the moment for the sale, Magic Millions sale. So if you need to get hold of him, you got anything to do there, give him a call. He'll be able to help you out. Until next week, we're looking forward to Maidan on Thursday and Saturday. Should be on Teletrack. Should be a great show.
Your world of winners is now online at www.teletrack.com. Simply subscribe to log into your account from any mobile device in South Africa and access a wide variety of content from our membership package options. Listen in via a live audio stream, catch live racing locally and internationally, or view a wide variety of Teletrack magazine shows to stay informed and updated on the go at any time. It's never been easier. Go to teletrack.com now.